Easy people. On this one, I want to talk about the note config, what you can use for chords. This one's going to be for, well, just for everybody, even if you're skilled or you're unskilled at playing chords. The other thing as well is I've set this up slightly differently, so hopefully the sound should be better, number one. Number two, please tell me if you prefer the old setup where you can see everything. Anything that I am going to do, I'm going to tell you what buttons I've pressed. So to get to this position, I've pressed Shift and Note. That's the shortcut to get to the note config. You tend to find if you press Shift, for example, Shift and Clip gets you to the editable functions of whatever the sound it is that you're using, if you're using a plugin or if you're using a drum kit and so on and so forth. I'm going to just break it down really simple. Chromatic is what you want to do if you want to find a sample. Scales is the main one you want to use, but the main key things are going to be scale and progression. Scale and progressions are the main ones that you're going to be using. If you don't really know that much about keys and you barely know the difference between a C and an F, so I'm going to go to scales. Scales sets it up so that whatever you're playing, wherever you play it, either going up or down, it's either higher or lower on the root note. So if I go from this one, you can't see this here, but if I go up, I've gone from one root note to another root note. And that's as simple as it is. So whenever you're pressing something, if you see a green thing light up, all that's telling you is you can also play that in another octave. You've got your scales things, that's your type. The next thing you've got is a root note, the note what you want it to play on. So for example, this is C now, but I can move this root note to D flat. Now this is D, so anything I play would be in D. If you've got a keyboard, you can tell it to do this on your keyboard. So the important things when you go into scale, into this note configuration is type, scale, root note, and octave. There's only two what are really important to you when you're starting off with this, is scales and progression. I think I've said this before and I'll repeat again. The easiest version of saying it is major is happy, minor is kind of mysterious and sad. So if I play a C major now, that's kind of happy-ish. And that's kind of standard pop music. Most pop music is in major, right? Minor is a bit more mysterious. Most soul songs are in minor. So that's the best way you're looking at it. Soul-y stuff is usually in minor, and mysterious stuff, poppy stuff, and upbeat is usually in major. It's probably best to break this down into part ones and part twos, part threes. That's for scales. Next up, I'm going to talk about progressions.